Hey friends, I'm Katie from I Would Rather Be Reading, and today I actually have a very exciting announcement. I have been talking a lot in my streams, in my reading sprints, about wanting to do some readathons, and today I am officially announcing my first readathon. I am co-hosting this with my good friend Lil. She is Sunshine Reads with Lil over on Bookstagram. You can find her there. We're gonna try and get her into the booktube community, you guys. We're gonna try. We are putting together our first readathon, and it is a Court of Books readathon. And if you can't guess, it is inspired by the ACOTAR series or A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. We both love this series. I actually convinced Lil to buddy read them with me. It was a reread for me and a first time for her. And so when I was creating readathons and stuff, I knew she would be the perfect co-host to do this with. So A Court of Books readathon is going to take place the whole month of December, and how it's going to work is it is a bingo board style readathon where there are going to be 9 different book prompts. Some of them are very vague, where you could easily fit in romance, thrillers, anything like that, and then some of them are a little bit more specific towards actual ACOTAR themes. What's fun is that each of the book prompts is based on a different part of ACOTAR, so whether that's a character or a trope. There are also going to be prizes in this readathon, and how that will work is if you get a bingo, so if you read 3 of the book prompts and you get a bingo anyway, you will be entered into our giveaway. And in order for you to be entered though, you do either need to tag us on Instagram or you need to be able to send it to us in some way. So I obviously have my email linked below. I also have my Discord linked below. So any way that you can send to show us what you read, that's how you're gonna get entered into the giveaway. And we should preface this by saying too, that you cannot use one book for multiple prompts. Because there are only 9 prompts, and we do want it to kind of be a challenge, we want you to use different books for each prompt. Because if you end up completing the whole board where you read 9 books, what will happen is you will be entered into the giveaway 5 times. So the giveaway prize is going to be, we will have 2 winners, and they will receive a book from their Amazon wishlist up to $20. And this giveaway is only open though for people who are located in the US and in Canada, just so everybody knows. So let's get into the book prompts. Like I said before, there are 9 book prompts, and they are based off of different ACOTAR themes or characters. I'm going to go over what they are very quickly, and then I'm going to show you what I am planning to read to fulfill those prompts. Just in case you're struggling to find a book to fit the prompt, I also went ahead and created a Storygraph challenge where you will be able to join and you can see books that I selected that could definitely fit those prompts if you're looking for a little bit more help. The first prompt is Serial, and this is a book with drama. And I thought this was a perfect fit because of the fact that, the Serial has all of the tea, always there for the gossip. The next prompt is Romantasy, and this just means you need to read a fantasy romance book. Then we have Inner Circle, and this is all about the found family trope, and this is really about when a character meets a group of people and they feel like they have found their second family or found where they fit in. Next we have Valkyrie, and this is reading a book that features strong female characters. It doesn't necessarily have to be the main character, but we do want there to be strong female characters represented in the book. Next we have Reese, and for this prompt you are going to read a book where the guy falls first. This is more known in the romance genre, but you can definitely find it in fantasy as well. Then we have Ianthe, and for this prompt, we would like you to read a low-rated book. So what you could do for this is you could even go to your Goodreads, and on your want to read, you could sort it by lowest rated, so you could see on your want to read what is a lower rated book, or you can read a book that has mixed reviews. So it could be something where you see a ton of people have really enjoyed it, but then you also see so many people that were like, don't do it, don't read this book. So this is your chance to pick up a book that you might not have normally picked up. Then we have The Night Court, and this one is pretty simple. We just want you to read a book with a black cover. And use discretion. It does not have to be a completely black cover, but the point is that majority of the book should be black. Then we have House of Wind, and for this we like you to read either a library book or a borrowed book, which means that you could borrow a book from a friend, you could borrow a book from a little free library. Really, this is up to you. And our last book prompt that we have is Fated Mates, and this just means that you will read a book that has fated mates trope in it. Now that we've gone over all the book prompts, I'm going to let you guys know what I'm hoping to read. I am a mood reader though, so this is very subject to change, but this is what I'm hoping for. For the Serial prompt, I have Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. Karen, I feel like, always has a lot of drama in her books. They are always very mystery, thriller-esque vibes, but it's also normally YA. These are not adult books. I know that this book follows a murder, and it follows different high school students when I think one of their teachers was murdered. But let's just read the synopsis. 4 years ago, Bryn left St. Ambrose School following the shocking murder of her favorite teacher, a story that made headlines after the teacher's body was found by 3 St. Ambrose students in the woods behind their school. The case was never solved. Now that Bryn is moving home and starting her dream internship at a true crime show, she's determined to find out what really happened. The kids who found Mr. Larkin are her way in, and her ex's best friend, Trip Talbot, was one of them. Without his account of the events, the other 2 kids might have gone down for Mr. Larkin's murder, but instead, thanks to Trip, they're now at the top of the St. Ambrose social pyramid. Trip's friends have never forgotten what he did for them that day, and neither has he. Just like he hasn't forgotten that everything he told the police was a lie. Digging into the past is bound to shake up the present, and when Bryn begins to investigate what happened in the woods that day, she uncovers secrets that might change everything about St. Ambrose, about Mr. Larkin, and about her ex-best friend, Trip Talbot. 4 years ago, someone got away with murder. More terrifying is that they might be closer than anyone thinks. So that sounds dramatic to me. For fantasy romance, we have The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Have I put this on other TBRs this year already? Yes. Have I read it? No. Why? I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I could just force myself to read it. And I think it's because I don't want this to be over. And she's chunky, but this is going to happen. If you don't know about this book, this is the last book for the Crowns of Naxia, or at least for that like story with those main characters. I think there might be some spin-offs, but this book basically follows vampires is what I can say. And if you're interested, you should definitely check out The Serpent and the Wings of Night. That is the first book, and dive into the story. For Inner Circle, which is the found family trope, I am finally reading Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I am so scared about this book because, you know, emotional damage. I've heard such good things about this book, but I've also heard that it will devastate me. So I love that for me. I cannot wait. For Valkyrie, I chose A Broken Blade. This I know follows assassins, so I assume she's going to be a strong female character, but I guess we will find out. But let's read a little bit about the back. My body is made of scars, some were done to me, but most I did to myself. Kira is a killer. As the king's blade, she's the most talented spy in the kingdom, and the king's favored assassin. Giving me Throne of Glass vibes. When a mysterious figure moves against the crown, Kira is called upon to hunt down the so-called Shadow. She tracks her target into the magical lands of the Fae, but Faeland is not what it seems, and neither is the Shadow. Kira is shocked by what she learns and can't help but wonder who her enemy truly is, the king that destroyed her people or the shadow that threatens the peace. As she searches for answers, Kira is haunted by a promise she made long ago, one that will test her in every way. To keep her word, Kira must not only save herself, but an entire kingdom. So it sounds good. Definitely giving me Throne of Glass vibes, which I feel like is extra fitting, seeing as how we're doing Sarah J. Maas Readathon. So I'm really excited to pick this one up, especially because I have the second book as well. For Reese, which is Guy Falls First, I have From Luke Off With Love. This will be my first Mariana Zapata book. For those of you who don't know, Mariana Zapata is kind of known in the book world as the queen of slow burn. Like, this book is huge, right? And the reality is they probably will not admit that they have feelings or anything until, like, I'm in the last chapter. So we're going to figure out whether or not I love or hate this for me. But it says, because I don't know the full synopsis, I know this is about ice skating, but I don't know exactly what it's about. It says, if someone were to ask Jasmine Santos to describe the last few years of her life with a single word, it would definitely be a 4-letter one. After 17 years and countless broken bones and broken promises, she knows her window to compete in figure skating is coming to a close. When the offer of a lifetime comes in from an arrogant idiot she spent the last decade dreaming about pushing in way of a moving bus, Jasmine might have to reconsider everything, including Ivan Lukov. I just am really excited because this book seems perfect for winter vibes because of the ice skating. It just makes me feel all cozy. For The Night Court, which is a book with a black cover, I'm choosing The Do-Over by T.L. Swan. This is the last book in the, is it the Miles High? The Miles High Club. I have all the books. I've read all the books except for this one. So it's finally time. I remember when it came out, I was so excited. I even had it on Kindle and then I just put it down and I was like, no, I want to read the physical. And then I got the physical and then I just haven't read it. Again, I think it's the fact that it's the end of the series. I don't like that. What I can say is these are standalones. You do not have to read them. They are interconnected for the most part, like the brothers are in it. My favorite is A Takeover, which is Tristan's book. So if you don't want to read any of these books, I totally get it. Please try The Takeover. For me, do it for me. For House of Wind, which is a borrowed book or a library book, I am doing A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. And the reason I'm using this book is actually because I borrowed it from my friend Alice, and she was so nice to lend me her copy. Can you believe it? I don't know that I would ever lend a friend a copy of my books, but I love that she did for me. That is so sweet. This book has been on my radar for a super long time. It's even on my Amazon wishlist, but I still don't know what it's about. I think it's a fantasy book though, so I think this is a book I'm going to go into blind, but I do think it's fantasy romance. If not, I will put something on the screen that says, no, she's wrong, don't listen to her, which, fair. And for Fated Mates, I chose The Emperor of Evening Stars by Laura Thalassa, and this is part of the Rhapsodic series, and it does follow Fated Mates, and this is also a novella, so I'm being nice to myself, and I haven't finished the series. I read the first two, then there's the novella, and then there is the third book, so trucking along. I'm getting there. Well, guys, these are the books that I'm hoping to read for A Court of Books readathon. I would absolutely love to know what you guys are going to read. Do you plan to join in? Let us know. And as always, if you have any questions, if something wasn't clarified, please reach out to us. We are so excited, but we're also still learning how to do a readathon, how to make sure everybody has all the resources that they need. So we will not be offended if you need more information. Please reach out to us, and we're so thankful for you guys to join in the fun with us. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!